Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Redflex. Manchester United undefeated again. They've gone more than a calendar year without defeat. Unbelievable record, best away record in all 5 top European leagues. Again, what can we say about this? It's absolutely brilliant result. The performance, I'm not so sure about, but we'll get Usman to give his thoughts. I think he was rather impressed by Pogba. But Usman, what's your feelings after the match? Initial feelings after the match?
I don't know whether it's just the arrogance of the fact that we've been at the top, but for me, the Fulham game should have just been to brush him aside, finish him off. But we made it difficult. I mean, I suppose I've got to give a little bit of credit to Fulham because they were resolute in their defense. They kept it tight, they pressed, they kept their shape, but I couldn't see anything there other than obviously the mistake that we gave them. We played a higher line because we played by a little bit of a mistake when it comes to obviously the offside rule. But really, I didn't see anything from them at all. I thought Fulham were just there just to try and hope for the best sort of thing, which they're entitled to do. Obviously, they need to play their way, but we made it difficult for ourselves. Again, Bruno, not at the races at all. To be fair, I would have probably taken, I was frustrated with Bruno at the start of the game because I didn't see
He played better than he did in the last few games, I thought.
I didn't really see it, if I'm honest with you. The first 20 minutes, I honestly thought he wasn't playing. Like, he was drifting all over. He wasn't central. I don't know whether he was trying to create space or whether he was taking his marker with him or what he was doing, but he was not on the ball at all. And then what does he do? Quick left foot shot, hit the post, the next minute assist for the goal. So that's Bruno for you. That's probably why Ollie doesn't want to take him off, because he can do that kind of thing at any point. But once we got 2-1 up, I think we should have taken him off. Whether you bring on Donny, because obviously he's a lot better with keeping possession, or whether you wanted to go defensive and bring a Matic in, I wouldn't have really cared at that point. But I think he should have went off because there was nothing coming from Bruno, unfortunately. Whether it was the players around him, I don't know.
You're right. I think last 20 minutes, as soon as they started putting pressure, I think he should have made the change. But again, he's one of them players, isn't it? Which at the minute he's kind of like undroppable, isn't he? And obviously he hates being taken off, etc.
Yeah, he might hate being taken off, but at the end of the day, he needs a rest.
Exactly. If it's for the best, if it's for the betterment of the team, then yeah, he has to go off. I mean, for me, I just thought there were elements of, us going back to the old bad ways of Southampton, West Ham, the sloppiness and not quite at it, and always giving the opposition a chance. I don't know how you felt about that, but I just thought it wasn't as assured as it has been over the last.
Yeah, there was no intensity in the game. I thought, beginning of the second half, I thought we would have come out a little bit stronger. It was the pace suited Fulham. I think they enjoyed the slower pace that we were trying to play with. They obviously were defending deep, and we were just trying to slowly keep moving the ball, try and create an opportunity, but we needed to play the ball a bit quicker. And I don't know, I think maybe it's nerves now. I think it's got to that point in the season. All right, it's only halfway, but I think the pressure is on for Man United to try and stay with the top. I'm not saying win it, even though I am #21. I'm not saying they're going to win it, but I think they need to. The pressure is on to prove themselves as a worthy team, basically, just to stay in the mix. So the pressure was probably on Fulham. They were organized, let's say, so they did what they needed to do.
Let's try and break it up into 2 halves. First half, how did you think we did, and who was your kind of standout performer in the first half?
First half, it was, like I said, obviously defensive mistake early on, but now we've got to a point now where that doesn't really bother me anymore, whether we lose a goal or not. Obviously, unfortunate for the clean sheet, but it is what it is. I still thought as long as we could go in level. For me, when it's 1-1, it's sort of like, right, it's reset. It's like you press the reset button on the game, so you just start again. And then from there, all you got to do is score 1. So we got our goal, like I said, Bruno was nowhere for about 25 minutes, and all of a sudden, in a minute spell, he's hit the post and he's got an assist. So that was that. I think Pogba was consistent. He was strong, on the press. He was press resistant. He kept the ball, did what he needed to do. Bruno, when he was in the game, he just didn't have that. He didn't have that energy and zip about him. He was trying to get him play, spaces and do his runs, but it just wasn't happening for him. I don't know what was going on. Cavani was a willing runner. Martial, again, similar to what we've seen in the past few weeks from him. Greenwood, poor guy, still off the pace. So to be fair, I didn't really see anything. Fred, he did what he did. He's energetic. He closes down. I think they showed on the TV that he was the reason why we got the equalizer. It was his press and it was his interception of the ball which led to ultimately the Cavani goal. So I've got to give credit to Fred and Pogba. First time they played together as well, you see. So I'm happy with that. I thought it was decent. It wasn't amazing, but we've got too many players just off form. I'm not even going to start with Aaron Wan-Bissaka because probably Abdul will do the business. Abdul will probably say enough about Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but I am probably joining his camp now. To be fair, I think there's only so much excuses I can make for him now. Again, I do stand by my statement that until he gets a proper right winger in front of him, we won't see the best of him.
I thought he put 3 good crosses in. To be fair,
yeah, he did, but his general, I think, because he was out of position, he was caught out of position a few times, which leads us to, being exposed. So one side is defensively good, which is fine, which is what we want, which is what we expect. And then when he does give a bit of attacking output, he leaves us exposed at the back. So I don't know what we really want from him, but we need that balance. And at the moment, it's only one or the other.
It's the same problem, isn't it? I've always maintained, against the top 6, he's your man. But anyone else,
100%,
he's not your man against anybody else.
If I'm honest, this was a game for Dalot. This was a Diego Dalot game. Yeah. He whipping crosses in, taking people on for fun, doing his little Cristiano skills. This is the kind of game we need that kind of player for. Yeah, okay, he might give you, again, if Aaron Wan-Bissaka can give, defensive frailty, I'd rather have someone who's much more of an attacking threat that's going to give defensive frailty. So it is what it is. So we've got a couple of comments. Lucky win in the end. Bruno ain't Bruno in the past 4 games. Yeah, I completely agree. Bruno, I think he needs to be rested. To be fair, I'd probably be okay with him not playing the next 2 games, if I'm honest. Let him just come off the bench if we need him. So Sheffield United and thingy, give him a bit of a bench thing. Let him rest up. Let Donny have a good crack. Donny definitely 2 games in a row, 3 games in a row.
His favorite position.
Whether he's playing 10 or whether he's playing as an 8, obviously him and Pogba can rotate. Pogba's coming into wonderful form. I think that's a nice segue into talking about the Pogba goal, which was an absolute world class. Like, wrong foot. The angle was, it almost seemed impossible. The whip, the power to get on his left foot. It was something else.
I think only
accuracy, precision. I can see, Martial, Rashford doing it with their stronger foot from the other side, curling it in top corner. But to do it on your weak foot from the wrong side with that much power, that much accuracy, that much whip, and the goalkeeper having no chance, that's just unbelievable. And again, like I said, I am not, not the biggest fan of Pogba. I am of his ability, but not of his, his contractual situation, let's say. But as long as I've said it last week and I'll say it again, he keeps doing this week in, week out, I got no problem with him. You know what I mean? If he lands us a trophy or leads us to the title at the end of the season and he wants to go, you know what? I'll give him a pat on the back and say thank you very much for everything you've done for us, because he seems committed. And to be fair, if he carries on like this, he may even stay, but that's a different topic. That's a completely different topic.
It is. I mean, like, were you happy with the starting 11?
Yeah, I was happy with the starting 11. I think, people needed minutes. Rashford, I think, to be fair, Martial should have been dropped before Rashford, but both of them look finished. He couldn't take them both out. Could not take them both out.
James,
like I said,
on the left?
No. James is good for the run, but not against teams that are playing a low block.
True.
High line teams, yes, but not against this sort of team. So we didn't have many options. I suppose Greenwood, you have to play him into form. Again, Martial, Cavani, you just got to play him into form. And let's just look. As in, like, to get full match sharpness, because he missed 3 games.
Yeah.
And then the last game he didn't score, and then today obviously he's hardworking. He's doing that. I think he needs to play just so he gels into the team more than anything else, because he's making such good runs, but we're just not finding him at the right times. So he's getting frustrated. So the more he plays, the more the other teammates know, where to put the ball, because there was a few through balls that were going all over the place, not just to Cavani, but everywhere. So again, you got to play the players to play them into form. So I'm just happy that some players got minutes under their belt, and we got a victory, and now we move on.
But was it a performance that inspired any confidence, or you just thought it was just running the mill? It was I
mean, look, you got to think about it like this, yeah. Title-winning teams grind out results. Now, again, I'm not saying we're a title-winning team, but even to be in the mix and to stay in the mix, you got to grind out results when you're not playing well. And today, let's be honest, we didn't play well. We didn't play well, but we got the job done. Yeah, we got the job done by hook or by crook, whether you call it individual brilliance or whatever you want to say. We did what we needed to do. And that's all you can ask for. Like, the main thing is 3 points. Like, there's no point playing Fulham off the park, 50 shots on goal, and drawing 0-0. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you like to see your team play well, but I think, this myth of, all we want is our team to play well. Only mid-table teams say that. When you're top of the league, you don't care. If you're if you really want to win the league, you will never say, you know what, I just want our team to play good football. I don't care whether we win or lose. This was probably us last year saying stuff like this. But now that we're at the top of the table, it's win. Do whatever it takes to win. Hook or by crook, OG, penalty, handball, anything. Do what you got to do. So where we're at. And I'm just happy that we're still on top of the table.
Just before we finish off with your man of the match, a lot in the press was mentioned after the game, the media 50-50 split, ex-pundits, players, United should have won, could have won, didn't go for it, Everton mentality, blah, blah, blah. All is not the man, all is not going to bridge the gap, Simon Jordan, Talk Sports, etc., etc. Just want to quickly know your thoughts on Ole and what you think he's achieved this season with Manchester United.
Look, Ole is a great man manager. Let's be honest, yeah? He's a great man manager. Like, the way he's handled the team, the way the morale and the spirit looks together. Like, you just got to take, for example, the quotes from Luke Shaw saying, look, Alex Telles pushing me really hard. We're working really well. Ole comes out and he says, you know what? Luke Shaw can give like 110% now, because he knows that even if he gets injured giving 100%, he knows Alex Telles is there. So that's some bonding right there. Like, you're happy for the team, right? Okay, you're gonna give your best, and if it means you get injured, you get injured. But at least you got confidence in the guy, and you're happy for the guy who's coming in your place. So things like that. The Pogba situation. To be fair, let's be honest. If it was me or you, after the Pogba quotes before the Leipzig game, I'd have frozen him out. I'd have put him in the under-23s. Let's be honest. But you got to give credit to Ole. Ole's kept him in the team, and now we're getting the benefit of that. Could have so easily, anyone could have, you could have frozen him out, kept him out of every match day, and all the Man United fans would have been like, you know what, Ole, that's what we like, Man United, blah de blah. But Ole, he's swallowed his pride for the better of the team, and that's the kind of guy I like. Yeah, whatever he does for us, that's a different story. But he's a man manager. He's doing what he needs to do. He gets the right players, and I think we can do something.
Agreed. So let's end this on your man of the match. Who's
man of the match has got to be Paul Labile Pogba. Got to be. Overall, I think for the continued 90 minutes performance, overall, I don't think there was anyone close. Everyone, Luke Shaw was okay. Don't get me wrong, Luke Shaw. Really close, no. Cavani did a lot of good running, but when it comes down to it, when it comes down to the crunch, you got to say that Pogba's won that game for us.
True.
It was not a team goal. Let's be straight honest. It was not a team goal. It was him. It was purely his brilliance, his individual brilliance, and not just the goal. Obviously, the fact that his overall play, he was solid. Didn't get hustled off the ball. Interceptions, passing. I think his stats. Even if you're that kind of person, if you look at his stats, I think they'd be decent tonight, and I think we fully deserve to get it.
Can't argue with that. So yeah, that wraps up Usman's match review. We've got ours coming up. very shortly. So guys, if you are watching on YouTube, please stay tuned, and we will follow this up with the rest of the match reactions again.
Yeah, like the stream before you go.
All that
Subscribe
usual
if
stuff,
you
guys.
haven't
Yeah,
already.
like,
Yeah,
subscribe, all that usual stuff, guys. We're on Twitch, we're on Periscope as well, a new platform. So again, you know, check those social media outlets out as well. And yeah, we'll be back in the next 5 or 10 minutes for the next match review. Up until then, guys, take care.